Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh boy. This one, drop your thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's as a franchise into the comments below, because I feel like this one, whatever category I pick, there is going to be some level of contention. There is going to be some level of vitriol about this. So let's consider the franchise in full, okay? First game, love it or hate it, it was a classic. It got a lot of people talking, and it kind of brought like a new mechanic, a new theme, and it was new, it was fresh, it was cool. It took a risk turning Chuck E. Cheese animatronics into bad guys, and it, like it or not, it worked. 2, basically the first one, but improved upon a lot. There's a lot about 2 that I like. 3, probably the most controversial, right? I was not a fan of the hallucinations, right? And the oxygen and stuff, all of that was so tedious. It made 3 genuinely hard to play, but the lore of Springtrap and stuff, I did like that. Creep factor-wise, because these guys are monsters, right? Springtrap is probably one of my favorites just because he really creeped me out as a kid. The thought of a body being in there all rotten and meshed with a bunch of endoskeleton parts. 4, I know a lot of people say they were trying way too hard for 4. 4, it's cool. It's why they're so nightmarish, they're so creepy. Not just the animatronics, you can argue though they're way too over the top. Not only does it make sense because this is the perspective of a child who's in a coma. If there's any reason to go all out on like nightmarish animatronic designs, it's through that perspective, like a child with a literal phobia of animatronics having nightmares about them. You can still argue they were trying way too hard with these designs. I think it makes sense. I don't like that argument myself. That's just me. What really got 4 for me was the breathing mechanic. Like listening for the breathing like that. That uncertainty, like, oh my god, am I actually hearing a breath? Because it's such a subtle cue, and you know if you miss it, you're getting jump scared. I don't know. 4 was really creepy for me. I love 4. Sister Location, it was different. I wasn't quite as big a fan. The breaker room and the night with the mini arenas pre-patch was really aggravating. It wasn't bad. What other FNAF games exist? Pizzeria Simulator with Peanut Head. Banger monologue toward the end if you get the real ending. And the little make your own pizzeria was pretty cute. I don't know. It was okay. Help Wanted is really fun to watch. I've not played Help Wanted because I don't have a VR, but I've watched it played. It looks... Not only does it look fun, but it's really fun to watch. Watching Markiplier go through... Especially Help Wanted 2. Watching Markiplier argue with Roxy while he's trying to do her makeup and stuff. That was hilarious. And then finally, of course, right? We knew it was coming. We have to address it, guys. We have to talk about it, okay? Security breach. Security breach is definitely broken. Very broken. Not the best quality. It is goofy in every possible way. It is wacky. It is bad, honestly. Security breach is objectively bad, but at the same time, it's so bad that it's charming in a way. It's so bad that it's fun. I don't know, do I sound crazy? Like, I honestly like Security Breach. Ruin was a bit of a trip. I think the Mimic... Oh, Secret of the Mimic, that was the other one. I think the Mimic makes a lot more sense than reviving Afton for the 50th time. I think the Mimic was interesting. So far, I don't know. I don't remember a lot about Secret of the Mimic, honestly. It felt forgettable to me. And Ruin, the whole, like, augmented reality, Vanny Mask. I get it, you're trying to do something new. What else are you gonna do? I feel like you could have just had Security Breach. Because it's a DLC of Security Breach. You could have just had Security Breach mechanic with like one new thing. It didn't need to do the whole augmented reality thing. That was just bizarre. I'm rambling way too much. I need to make a decision, don't I? Collectively... Everybody is going to hate me for this. Okay, I get it. I put it at the bottom of peak, okay? I put it at the bottom, but even accounting for how broken Security Breach was, even accounting for the weird shit of Ruin, even accounting for how forgettable Secret of the Mimic was, even accounting for 3 being just not the best, right? Even accounting for the terrible designs in Ultimate Custom Night, even for every little nitpick I can make about Five Nights at Freddy's, there's another thing about it that not only was it really good, not only did I love it, but it inspired a new genre. It inspired a new genre of horror. You can say your piece about mascot horror, it's overdone, it's cheesy, it doesn't make sense half the time. I would even agree with you, and there's way too many Five Nights at Freddy's fan games, if you want to make that argument, right? I have a really hard time keeping up with them, honestly. You could even say, like, you're not a big fan of the Five Nights at Freddy's, like, the community, the fandom. I mean, I don't know a ton about them, but I've heard some good and some really terrible things, and that involves a lot of furries. I like it, okay? Judge me, okay?